Hey everybody, it's Christine. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a video with you featuring Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L along with the Flavors of the Month kit from the Scrap Room this month. This page kit specifically is a fancy pants collection and has some really warm, pretty colors in it. I am actually going to do a layout about myself, which is a little bit unusual. I do those every once in a while, but usually it's more on my kids. But the colors for this one today really tied nicely with some pictures I had taken recently. I started things off by cutting that really pretty patterned paper at an angle, and then I'm adhering that to both sides of my layout using my Easy Runner Grand. Then I'm going to go ahead and start right in on building the layout. So I have matted my picture in white, again, just using the Easy Runner Grand. And then I'm going to add a title. Now this title already is in sticker form, so I don't need to add any adhesive to that. The title actually comes from Jelly Bean Soup, and it is part of the Flavors of the Month kit, but not this page kit. However, there was enough to be able to use this for a title for this page, and I didn't have other stuff for a title for this page, so it worked really nicely in that respect. Now, I'm also going to be bringing in some flowers and such. This page kit does include both stickers as well as ephemera. I'm also using the embellishment kit, so I've got a lot of options here as far as embellishing goes. And I'm going to be honest, the pattern papers in this page kit are also very easy to fussy cut. So if you wanted to go down that route, you definitely could. Now, you can see these stickers, they're adorable, but you do have to be like careful and precise in placing them because they're foam, and so they can get off course really easily. And so I'm really taking my time on this part, which I know you're probably watching it and going, holy cow, how long did she just take to put that one word on there? But you want it to be straight. You don't have to go back and fix it later, and so that's why it's taking a little bit of extra time there. Now, I have decided I want to place my picture there on the right-hand side, and I'm going to adhere that using some crafty foam tape, which is 3D foam adhesive in the form of tape. And so it goes really far when you're doing things like a big picture. Then I'm going to start my embellishing. I am going to use lots of 3D crafty foam squares. Sorry, not crafty foam, 3D foam squares. And I'm going to start to build up a cluster of flowers there in the upper left-hand corner. And I'm also going to just kind of play around and see what I think will work. One of the things that's really jumping out to me at this point about this collection is that it's got a little bit of a heritage feel to it, homey feel to it, the colors and such. So I think I'm going to want to bring in something to pull that out a little bit more from my stash. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with thread or maybe buttons, but one of those things is going to probably make an appearance because it just feels like it needs that. You can also see right now why I specifically picked that base for my patterned paper. It really matches nicely with my picture, and I just couldn't pass up the chance to use that. It's just a strange shade of green blue that I'm wearing, and so finding a paper that coordinated so nicely with it was a little bit of a surprise, and so of course I had to run with that. Now you can see I am building up my clusters. I have built them in around my title and then as well up there on that left hand side. And mostly I'm using flowers, but there are a few just circular shapes that I'm pulling in. Again, it's a combination of both stickers as well as ephemera, depending on what worked there. And I'm really going to extend the top left hand one out to be a big bold cluster right there. Now, I think I've settled in on the fact that I want buttons. So I'm going to pull out my micro adhesive dots, and I am going to use buttons, and I'm going to try and coordinate the buttons well with the colors that are already going on. And I'm going to add those to the center of several flowers. I am not going to add them to every single flower because that would be overboard. But I am going to add it to 2 or 3 flowers in each little cluster there. And you can see that one I just put on, that maroon matched the maroon in the collection almost perfectly. And what this is doing is just, again, like I said, adding kind of a homey feel to it. It's also bringing in some added dimension and texture to the whole thing. Now, we are getting close to the end. I am going to add on 2019 here, just in some skinny letter stickers from Doodlebug Design. This is kind of a weird layout because it's got a weird design to it. It's not my typical setup. So you can see like the way it's set up, it's heavy in some spots and very light in other spots, and just a very different look from my normal approach. And that's okay. It's, I had fun doing it, and it kind of got some creative juices flowing that were stagnant, shall we say. So that is a good thing. But if you're looking at it and going, oh, this is not exactly what I'm used to seeing from you, Christine, you are definitely right about that. Now, having finished up all my embellishing, and obviously I've got my base, I've got my pictures, I've got my title, I've got a date on there, I'm going to add some journaling straight to the front this time. I don't usually do that, but today it felt like this layout called for some journaling right there. So I'm going to just take my ruler and a brown marker and just create some lines, and then I will fill that in with journaling. And there you have it. Lots of different adhesives involved today. I've got the 3D foam adhesives, I've got my Easy Runner Grand, I've got adhesive dots, and a really pretty simple layout, but lots of layers make it look more complicated. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to check out more details over at the Scrapbook Adhesives blog, and get your hands on those scrap room kits this month. We will see you again next time.